Hi, I'm Erik Linask here at the Telex CBX event 2010. I'm chatting with Brett Diamond, president of Hudson Fiber. Brett, thanks. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So, start off, tell me a little bit about the latest from Hudson Fiber and what you're doing.
Sure. We are a telecommunications carrier. We're based out of New Jersey, and we're kind of a niche boutique shop. We focus on clients that need large bandwidth, Ethernet applications, multi-location on a global scale. And we do basically custom, purpose-built networks for our clients.
So what kind of vertical markets do you focus on?
Huge financial vertical for the most part, but also truly anyone that just has a focus on really data and IP connectivity that is custom outside of the larger carriers like the Verizons and AT&Ts of the world that are really looking for something outside of the box that a lot of times the big carriers can't give. And obviously the financials play a major role in that piece.
So what kind of, like you say, out-of-the-box things are particularly the financial market looking for?
Low latency applications. We do a lot with the high-frequency trading world, basically helping them figure out the quickest connection from location A to location Z so they can do their transactions as quickly as possible and give them that competitive advantage they're looking for. So the majority of work that we do is very customized, and on the back end, really the bandwidth size that they're looking for is not something that a normal carrier might provide to them. We really focus on everything from 10 meg up to 100 gig networks as opposed to regular T1s, DS3s, things like that.
So obviously, there's been an awful lot of talk about going from 10 gig to 40 to 100 gig. So you're actually using 10 gig connectivity.
We are. We actually have our own dark fiber network that we operate. And one of the things that we provide that no other carriers really do is we have what's called a managed dark fiber network, where we can provide wavelengths to our clients that they can put optics on the end that can range anywhere from 10 gig up to 100, depending upon what they want to put on the back end. So it gives them the freedom of really building the network the way they want it without relying upon the carrier to do every little thing.
And I imagine with the added speed and bandwidth, that also gives them an awful lot of flexibility with what kind of applications they can deploy.
Absolutely. They don't have to put all the onus on the carriers directly to constantly be upping the bandwidth or switching out the carrier equipment to give them that bigger bandwidth. They can do it all on their own. They're basically taking out a middleman for what they have to do.
How does making that jump up to, say, 100 gig impact what they've got to do with regards to infrastructure in-house?
Infrastructure in-house, they basically just have to buy new hardware for the most part, and that's really the only upfront cost that they're going to have to deal with. Sometimes it could be a large upfront cost if you're going to 100 gig, but at the same time, our bandwidth pricing drops dramatically compared to what they were paying before. So even though there's an upfront cost, the monthly recurring charges that we normally have to provide to them drop dramatically, so it offsets it. And in the long run, there's actually a very big savings. So we're providing them with savings, larger bandwidth, and in the end, just an easier network to manage.
So with regards, again, to the financial markets, is speed really is the sort of the issue for them? The faster they can secure those trades and transactions, the better off they're going to be.
Absolutely, and we've heard other carriers say that price means nothing to the financial industry. It's all about latency, but we take that a step further. Latency is the number one most important thing, but price is right behind it. What we found is that by doing a customized network for our clients and not trying to be everything to everyone, the financials realize that every millisecond that we're shaving off is saving them a lot of money, but at the same time, because of the managed dark solution we're able to provide, they're not spending an exorbitant amount of money on that service.
Do you find that different customers in the financial sector are looking for different forms of customization, or is it really something that is kind of uniform to the vertical market?
It's not uniform because every customer, every carrier is different. I mean, in the financial industry, there's hot areas right now like Toronto. Chicago's been hot for a long time. Slough out in London, Hong Kong, Singapore. So every client is different, and really when you're talking about going global, people aren't buying 10 gig, 40 gig networks overseas because it's so expensive, but at the same time, maybe a 10 meg or 100 meg is what they're looking for.
When do you think some of the other markets are going to make the move to 40 or 100 gig?
You can't tell just yet. I don't think the bandwidth is there yet to do it. I think that a lot of the applications that are running not so much need the bandwidth. It's really just for the speed. I don't foresee 40 or 100 meg overseas happening for at least a couple more years, at least in the financial service market. Everyone is still focused on buying 10, 100, and the occasional gig overseas. Carriers are a different story, but the end users directly, I don't see it happening for a couple years.
Excellent. So one more question for
Sure.
you. You're here exhibiting at CBX as well.
Yes.
What are some of the things you're hoping to accomplish?
It's one of the best events. Telex does a great job setting this up because it's so carrier and hardware focused. It's a lot different than a lot of the other events out there. We're hoping to kind of showcase the network that we've built, show a lot of the carriers that are out there, that they can get a very aggressive, high-quality network through Hudson Fiber network, and pass that along to their clients as well.
Excellent. Been talking here at CBX 2010 with Hudson Fiber's Brett Diamond. Brett, thanks for joining me.
Thanks so much. Take care.